Really? Nothing? Not even this? Not even this? Okay, got it. Hello everyone, this is Wednesday Warzone and this is Paulo from the Garrison Archangel team. Oh my gosh. How many episodes has it been when I stopped saying weeboo things to open up this show? Okay, anyway, hi everyone. This is Wednesday Warzone for the end of July, and boy, it's been a busy July. There hasn't been any public updates for a while, and we're sorry for that. And we're also sorry about last week's Wednesday Warzone outage. There are several storms actually.
Heavy rain.
Yeah, heavy rain. Lots of storms here for the past few weeks, and we just couldn't. And we had some technical support. We just couldn't have the stream up last week. But now we're here and we have a lot of new stuff to show, especially for everyone who isn't on the preview version of the game. There's a lot of changes, and if you can see it now, I showed it in previous Wednesday Warzones. There are visual updates, heavy visual updates. Nice pretty shadows, lighting effects, bloom. We've added to the game, and we've added a lot of new visual explosions, indicators, and we've actually added two new shoulder weapons, and those shoulder weapons will make their way hopefully to the preview build for this weekend. Sadly, well, they're already in the preview build. Sadly, we probably won't be able to create a new public update at the end of the month. And I know I've said that we will try to update the game every week. It's just that we feel the new features we've added, like a total new gameplay revamp, due to those massive changes and the graphic changes. There are lots of bugs in the game that render certain game modes that were previously playable on the old build, the public build that's currently up right now. Certain game modes like online multiplayer are unplayable for now. For everyone on the preview branch, however, everyone on the preview branch knows this. We haven't had multiplayer for a while now. Now this weekend we'll try to get multiplayer out. We do want bug testing regarding how certain things move and how if the mechanics from the offline gameplay translate well. And yeah, and there have been a lot of balance changes as well, and a lot of gameplay changes. I guess I'll show you all. Oh, and I changed Mr. Surprise. I'm not sure if it'll make it in the next build. We're doing a lot of stuff. So one of the major changes in gameplay is this. Even the preview build guys will notice. As you all know, movement is pretty janky in the preview build right now because we changed physics and the game up really heavily. So now we're trying something experimental. This is a little janky in a different way, but we'll fix it when we'll update the preview build, because we know some ways of fixing it. So if you notice, if you fly up rather than circle around the opponent, you just kind of go straight in a weird direction relative to the opponent, and this can lead to some interesting angles when you engage the opponent. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah. So like, rather than just circle around like really quickly, you just kind of fly around and just keep flying in a direction straight until sometimes you can even like fly face first into the ground. Like, yeah. So that's primarily the stuff to expect, and it's very experimental because hitboxes become weird when you like hit the opponent sideways. And it's less, how do I explain it? It's less consistent, but at the same time less jarring, because what happens in the old version of the game is it corrects like every off angle. It tries to correct and stand upright. Now we're just kind of loose with it, but it'll get some weird stuff like that. I almost flew straight into the floor. And if I attack the opponent like that, then stuff that's weird happens. But it's less of the jarring, clipping into the opponent movement. So everyone on the preview build, look forward to this. We'll still be adjusting this as time continues. Our plans for the public build, just so everyone knows, is we'll try to at least get multiplayer back, and then we'll update the public build to this new build. But for everyone in preview, as you all know, we just kind of pump out whatever. See, that's the weird stuff, because we were both on the ground and we were facing upward, so we were kind of just flopping on the ground like fish. So there's stuff like that, weird stuff like that we still have to iron out, but this is the new direction we want. And I feel like it makes the game more space opera airplane. Like if you attack them from weird angles, it's like something straight out of.
Are you saying it's something cool?
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. I like it.
Because it's not.
Shut up. Anyway, Yeah, so we'll try to get this out on preview build and get everyone to try it out as soon as possible. So for everyone on the public build, this is what we've been up to for the past month. So that's why there's been no updates publicly. Lots of heavy stuff. Do you like the new thrusters? I heard some people really like them. So there you go. Oh, and I think that's enough just showing off the game mechanics and graphics. I'll now go to the new weapons. Oh wait, none of these new mechs have the new weapons. Oh my gosh, Paolo. Okay, so the first one is the Salparna shoulder homing lasers. And just like the back homing lasers, they're homing lasers. So this is also the change we did with the homing lasers. The lasers now travel faster in a straight line, but they turn at around the same rate.
So what's the difference really, apart from, you know, it being on the shoulders?
They actually fire less lasers than the back counterpart. See, now I fire the shoulder than the back. They fire less, and apparently some people find it superior because it only fires upward. But I feel like you get more lasers from the back. And of course there's lighter weight, and it takes up the shoulder slot rather than the back slot. So you can get thrusters on the back slot or some other weapon on the back slot that isn't on the shoulders, like the railgun, yeah, railgun and other things. So that's one thing. And the other thing we're gonna add, although this might go against my, we want this to be more melee than range.
Ready, go!
It's a tool actually for zoner types, so it's called the Illusion back retreat thrusters. It increases your backward boost speed, and its passive movement. It's not passive. The activated ability is basically a free backward dodge. So I can be like boosting towards the opponent, and then suddenly, wow, just kidding, whoop. So yeah, it gives you more movement options. We're still gonna add some stuff. One of the things I am thinking of, to answer Maple's question on Discord, one of the things I'm thinking of is adding like a small damage box as you retreat when you use the special ability. So just to show the thrusters kind of flaring in your opponent's face. Some people are telling me stab, some are telling me armor damage. I think if I give it stab damage, it might be too useful, but we'll see. I'm thinking of a 50-100 kind of damage, 50 armor damage, 100 stab. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking for the illusion thrusters. Oh, and before anyone asks, for those in the public still playing on the public default build, it's actually been out in the preview build since last week, but we weren't able to have a Wednesday Warzone to discuss it last week. So yeah, the guys on the preview branch have been playing with this for a while, and these are changes they would appreciate, I guess, because it's different currently. So that's what the illusion thrusters are. They give you passive backward movement speed for boosting, and an activated backward movement, which we will update in the future to have like a 50-100 damage box.
Oh, important question. Iframes?
Iframes, no.
Cool.
So none of the thrusters except for side thrusters. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, why have I forgotten? Okay, one of the biggest changes for this build is, boy, there's gonna be a lot. We've changed up how the flanker thrusters and the sidewinder thrusters work, because no one's using them because they're hard to use. So now
because they're garbage.
Ready, go!
No. Now like I said in previous build, Wednesday Warzones, I'm a little worried about how effective they are. Right now they give you a passive sideways boost. Look at that. Look at that. That's so wow. Okay. But their activated ability is hard to use for people. So now what we've done is we've decided to use them as free dodge cancels. They give you iframes and cancel your current move. So right now you can, as long as you wait for it, it operates like a dodge cancel, except you have no movement, just like that. And I wasn't able to do that properly. It takes some getting used to. Like, I can attack, and then if I whiff, cancel. Then I get some iframes doing that too, so cancel, just like that. So we decided to give them a powerful ability, and if people still don't use them, I don't know what to do, because that's really powerful in my book. So you give up. Someone described it as you give up basically a weapon on that slot for more defense-oriented abilities. And I think it's really strong, in my opinion. It's a really strong ability, especially if you're competitive. It basically gives you more boost. So try it out. I don't know. So anyway, so that's the major, because people are treating the Sidewinder thrusters and the flanker as a new weapon essentially. We'll go to the balancing. And most of these balance changes are updates from a previous balance change. I know I said I tried to put all the balance changes in the previous Wednesday Warzone we had, but after Cosmic Clash, I decided to do another pass. Well, July isn't over yet, so this will be probably the last of the balancing changes for the month, and then we'll wait another month, let people play, and then we'll collect data, then we'll go for another balance pass. So first, ETAC buffs. Just kidding. I know people are triggered with the ETAC. This is what I meant about when I said to nerf the ETAC, we gave it a buff.
Go.
So the ETAC's forward attack is really slow, but it travels far. What we did was we reduced the startup. But made it travel less because there's less startup now. It doesn't travel as far. And we also lowered the damage of the forward and back attacks. So now all directional attacks of the ETAC deal only 350 armor base damage. But to compensate for that, we made sure all their stab damage is base 350. These numbers don't mean much to an outsider, but basically you can stick in less ETAC hits on a string using just directionals now, and they're more likely to flinch you on the first hit. That's a major change for the ETAC, and the forward attack has less startup but now travels less. Now you need equipment or fast base mobility to use it like how it used to be used, like really far travel. So that's the first change we did for the ETAC. Second change we did was for the Mugen Sakura. Now, okay, let's just use that. But the melee damage mod of this thing's too high. But anyway, I'll just show it.
Ready.
Okay, Mugen Sakura has been changed up in how its level 1 works, which is it now just deals 200 base damage but knocks you down. Level 2 is a long charge, similar to level 3, without any similar to its old special. And level 3 gives you that move but with hyper armor and more damage. Okay, so that dealt more damage than level 2 earlier. Okay, the biggest change for Mugen Sakura is level 4. Although this dummy won't be able to show it, it will... The level 4 will now have invincibility frames on startup, and that means you can use it like if an enemy commits to a slow attack to try and de-stab you, you can just suddenly level 4 in their face and it'll force them to dodge cancel away. But startup's really long, so even if they figure out, even if they whiff, there's a chance they'll figure out, oh, he's trying to level 4 me. It'll give them enough chance to run away. But at least when you're using level 4, you're not in any danger anymore. We feel it'll improve. It'll make give people more incentive to use level 4, because right now the utility of level 1 and level 3 seems to be what you'd use the Mugen Sakura for. And overall, we didn't change much on the Mugen Sakura other than the specials. So it's still the same old Mugen Sakura it was, mostly. Except for that level 4, of course, and the level 2 and 3. Next, another weapon we've changed. Oh wait, is it here? It is it! It's the Labris. Okay, I'll get the Labris out. Why am I using the mouse? It's right there. Okay, so Labris, for now, we actually have big plans for it. But for now, we'll just... we're just gonna adjust the damage value.
Ready, go!
So right now, the Labris deals a lot of heavy damage quickly, but if you whiff, you get stuck in an animation. We decided to keep that. We made the back attack launch the enemy slightly into the air. We gave more base damage to the neutral, so you can use it more often. We basically lessened the stab damage overall for the attacks, so you can hit more often with it. We also lessened some of the damage, but basically it'll be the same gameplay, but just with different damage values and the new this one. I don't know how you guys will use that, but I know some people use the Strelka to do stuff, so there's that. You launch the enemy upward, and basically it's just damage change. And for everyone on the public version, this is how it looks now. 2, 3. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So yeah. Then shoot him. Oh, okay, I'll try that. Sure. Okay. Yeah, it does.
Ready,
because
go!
I'll have a cancel frame on. So. Whoa! Emancipator or a powerful rifle might work on that. So, bam. So there. I really think the Labris is really strong. It's fast and deals massive damage. So we had to reduce its damage because it was really good. The weakness is that it's massive recovery, but at the same time, if you have boost, you can just cancel out. It's fine. So we hope this change will make Labris more enjoyable for people to use and fight against. Okay, so people have been asking for this. Strelka buffs.
Woo!
Okay. For the Strelka, we primarily messed with the forward movement of the forward melee command attack, basically. Okay, let's just use it. Okay. Okay.
Ready,
So first,
go!
oh no, I'm not able to show it. Forward melee now has hyper armor on startup. So it's now more similar to the E-Tac, but with more D-stab and knockback. And I moved around some values for the damage. So forward Strelka now deals more damage than backward Strelka. Back Strelka now deals 600 base armor, and forward melee Strelka Prime now deals 700 damage. But they both deal the same amount of base stab damage, which is really high. It's 1600. It's the highest possible the highest possible buff stab damage in the game. So if the enemy's not hyper armoring, they'll most likely be blasted away. So that's the thing. And the hyper armor on startup is for both forms, primed and unprimed. Okay, so
Ready.
that's basically
Go.
it for the Strelka. We feel like all its other moves already work. They already do their job. The forward melee has been given hyper armor, so it gives you more options if you want to trade. You don't just want to like iframe, you just want to get in there and then okay, I'll tank hits and just land my prime. You can do that and you get some range with it. So it's closer to the E-Tac in terms of options you have, but with the Strelka's unique stab and knock, blow you away kind of gameplay. And the next update we did was wow, lots of stuff. I'm going through this list. Okay, I'm surprised I made all of these. Okay, so Merry Cruises. Thank you to the Garrison Archangel team and everyone for their feedback. We were able to get this list up in the game actually. So Merry Cruises got a buff.
Ready.
But the buffs
Go.
are all in
Hammer mode.
Hammer mode, yes, exactly. So the buffs are in hammer mode, and there is a buff to the graphics of the weapon if you saw that drill. So first, the drill side melee now deals 300 base. This attack now deals 300 base armor damage. The neutral hammer mode now deals 400 and deals less stab damage, so you can complete the string. So that deals 400 per hit base. So it's actually really strong. It's
Ready,
probably the
go.
only neutral attack in the game that deals more than 300 base armor damage. So it's really strong. And if you're buffed, like if you noticed, I dealt 700 damage on this build using that because I have like really high strength. So you have 400 neutral. The F melee now deals 200. I increased the damage of that, but it deals a lot of stab damage, so you can actually open with that, then flinch, then just end with your neutral. Hammer B melee now deals more stab damage than before. Before it dealt 800, 600 base. Now it deals 700 base stab damage.
Ready.
So
Go.
you're more likely to flinch opponents with that. We reduced the knockback of the side melee. So now the enemy is more likely to eat all these hits. So if the enemy is not down, it's more likely to deal more. You're more likely to hit more often. All in all, we just basically raised the stab damage of hammer mode so that you can really stop people, and we increased damage overall. So there you go. That's the Narcrusis hammer. So a lot of buffs to melee. Next one is we buffed the weapon that should not be buffed ever, but we had to buff it. It's it needs a buff, okay? After all these new weapons, we buffed the
Ready,
Dominus
go.
directional attacks to deal more stab damage because they don't actually have stopping power. Like when I looked at the stats of the Labris, they were dealing base 600 stab damage for a really fast attack, and the Dominus was dealing base 500 damage. All we did was raise it like to 600. So all the side attack, all the attacks of the Dominus deal base 600
Ready,
stab damage
go.
now. So they'll more often stop a guy on the first hit. Mr. Surprise is an exception because he's actually below 100% MDM. So that's why he has reduced stopping power. But I just noticed the Labris deals higher base stab damage, so we decided to make the Dominus at least match the base stab damage of the Labris. So now the Dominus is more likely to flinch you on the
Ready,
first hit,
Go.
whereas before it seemed to be reserved for strength types. So all in all, melee weapons have had their stab damage, base stab damage increased in this build. So they have more stopping power. So, okay, major changes. Gosh, so much on this list. Okay, next. Okay, major change for this game, for the preview is that
Ready,
cannons
Go.
no longer allow you to move around. So if you use a cannon, you stop. But if you've noticed, Astrip now has 12 bullets, but at the cost of your movement. So basically, you have to stop when you use the Astrip, but you'll have a lot of bullets, and it recharges pretty quickly. So I'm hoping this will make the Astrip desirable again, but
That looks broken.
yeah, it does look broken, right?
Ready.
But at
Go.
the same time, we know people just keep moving around in the game. But 12 bullets. Well, this guy has ammo, but 10 bullets. I'll give you guys 10 bullets. You can't move, but you have 10 bullets. You can just lob at the enemy. The same goes for the Tatsel worms. So I'll use it. Oh, by the way, Sabo was the submission of one of our Discord older regulars, and this is the submission of our current Cosmic Clash champion, still Cosmic Clash champion, second time winner Cosmic Clash champion, Kiko Pro, who used the same Leo Pleurodon in the same Cosmic Clash that we had held last weekend. So congratulations congratulations for Kiko Pro. We changed up a lot of stuff though, so we'll see if that'll change in the future. Wait, sorry, wait. What? Okay, let's just use someone. I'll change Rude Boy. It's okay, he's in the game. He's in the game. Okay, Tatzelworm. Okay, let's just show off Tatzelworm. Okay, for Tatzelworm, it's the same as the Astrip. You're not allowed to move when you use it.
Ready.
But
Go.
we increase the individual bullet damage and stab damage. So now a Tatzelworm volley will down you if you eat it. And even 2 Tatzelworms will most likely flinch you. So I think the Tatzelworm, I think this will make the Tatzelworm more desirable. I mean, I already see it on turret builds and other things, and other similar builds online. So that's it for the cannons. We hope you guys like these new changes and try it out. So, okay, ETAC melee has been changed up. ETAC, oh yeah, sorry, I was using the ETAC earlier. I didn't show it off. What am I doing? Okay, ETAC extended has been reduced to 7 seconds from 10 seconds. So it's shorter, but everyone in the preview version knows it was 5 seconds before. I decided to make it 7 seconds.
Compromise.
Yeah, but I also reduced the extended damage, so it's actually less than the Dominus now. Oh, so I basically lessened the damage of the extended form and basically reduced the time by a little. But I also increased the stab damage of the extended form. So now the sweeping attacks will most likely stab everyone who gets caught. Will most likely flinch people who get caught in it. So I gave up armor damage for more stopping power, basically. Which is generally what I changed with the ETAC. So what else is there on this list? Okay. So Suriastra, I demonstrated that the lasers are faster, but their turn rate is still at the same turn rate, so they travel farther before they actually change direction. But it makes running away from them in a straight line pointless because they're really fast. Okay, I also increased Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, I increased the damage of the charge thruster. Right now it deals 100, 500 base damage, 100 being armor, 500 being stab damage. And I increased it to 200, 600. So I'll change up. It's fine. I'll change him. Change you up, man. Okay. Okay, so I changed that to base 200 600. That means that'll flinch anyone who isn't hyper armoring or anything. So I've heard the comments about it. It's too readable, but I increased the damage so that if you do suffer it, you're gonna flinch or you're gonna be down if you're hit by it. So it's, as you can see here, I'm using a strength build and I can deal like 300 damage with it, and it flinches the guy. So the charger thruster is more of a weapon now compared to the shoulder version, so it keeps its startup, but you see that's a lot of damage, and the guy was flinched on the first hit. So we hope it makes it more useful and viable. I also reduced the weight to 1000.
Ready, go!
So that's all just to make the charger thruster more viable. And if that still doesn't work, we have an alternate idea for it. Namely, we want it to be more like a drill, like a charged drill, so it has many hits on ticks. So it'll allow for Dragon Ball Z kind of like clashing attacks if you have two of them. But that'll take time to implement. And for now, we'll test this out. If it solves the issues of the charge thruster, that's great. If not, we'll just we'll try that alternate. It won't be for this month's update though. So that's it for changes. The rest of it are so minor. I guess I'll show it. I changed up how much damage the arc missiles deal, the homing missiles. They now deal more stab damage, although it's hard to show here because the Lynx has like 500, and this guy's above threshold because he's not equipping anything. So there. I increased the stab damage of the homing missiles. That's Poppy Guy and Chelyabinsk. They'll now deal more stab damage. Even the explosions will deal more stab damage. So that'll make them more disruptive. Right now, it feels like you just use them to assist.
Ready, go!
It'll raise the threat of having shoulder missiles because each individual missile is now a little stronger in terms of disrupting and stopping enemies. So I think that's it. Pads. Oh, pads. Okay, it's not shown yet here, but our plan for pads is to shift it away from deflection and to make it a combination. Oh, it's not here yet. Okay, it's a combination life and stability internal. It provides both 10% bonuses for 200 for 500 750 weight because it's only in one slot, so you pay more weight to have all of them in one slot. This is primarily for under equipped builds and strength builds, so they can have more internals. But of course, with more weight means you reduce the melee damage mod bonuses you get and other bonuses you get for being underweight. So that's our plan for pads. We're just moving away from having pure deflection. We intend to keep it to specific equipment that takes up a slot, like the shoulder long lens or shields, basically. So that's the major change for pads. And all in all, that's a lot. I listed all the changes. Wow, that's a lot. My gosh, it's been 30 minutes just me talking about balance changes. So that being said, I think that's it for me on the technical side. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for helping us thus far, and to congratulate everyone who played, all the finalists we had in Cosmic Clash this weekend at Cosmic Gorgons. If you haven't watched the stream yet, I've been linking it on our Facebook and our Twitter accounts, and it's also on the Cosmic Gorgons Twitter and Facebook accounts. Interesting battles. I actually was part of it because people there were requests basically for me to try out just so people know how the devs are also testing the game and how they think when they fight. So I was also part of the entrance, but as usual, Kiko Pro took. It's already been 3 tournaments and Kiko Pro has been winning with Leoplerodon, and a lot of our changes actually affect Leoplerodon's equipment. So congratulations to Kiko Pro for winning the second Cosmic Clash. We also won that tournament we had at ToyCon. And that's what's up with us. I think that's all of it. Oh my gosh, I've been talking for 30 minutes straight. So are there any questions? Okay, let's go. Question and answer forum.
Online testing.
Online testing. Like like I said earlier, we're going to put this build on preview. Actually, this build you're seeing right now is already capable of playing multiplayer, and we don't want it for public release yet because we just want to make sure there's as minimal bugs as possible. We want to get it out there and have you guys test it first, the guys on preview, and it'll be at the end of this week. So how are you guys doing? Everyone is okay from the flood? Oh, we're fine. There's actually a meme going around like this is normal. It's just that it really disrupts operations, but thankfully we're fine. I won't try to trivialize it, but it's such a common occurrence that yeah, we're good. We try to watch out. Thank you though for the concern.
What about the single player?
Single player updates. Sadly, we can't show anything regarding that yet. But all we can say is there is stuff coming up. For one thing, we're making a really big map. Right now, the maps you see in the game, they're just for one-on-one fights and two-on-two fights. We're making a map which is bigger than Horde mode. Horde mode is procedurally generated map, and it's still limited compared to the new map we're making. Because we want the map, we want you to be able to traverse the map in missions. Like if you have to fight multiple targets, you should be able to traverse the map, meet a variety of enemies.
Platforming.
Yeah, no, but you can fly. Is it platforming if you can fly? So that's I'm not able to show the map just yet, but that's the plan right now.
Netcode.
Netcode. Like I said earlier, we're planning to have it on preview mode at the end of this week. I actually had some tests with it. There's a lot of stuff to hammer out, and we'd appreciate people helping us out in preview mode as usual. Like what you guys have been helping us out with the game engine change, and boy, we really appreciate it. And it's because of your guys' feedback we're able to show off the game as it is now.
New internals.
New internals. We don't have any plans for new internals within the next month. Next month we might introduce new shoulder weapons again. We intend on filling out the shoulder weapons. We intend on filling out the shoulder weapon here. Yeah, we intend on filling this out so that like it's as much as the rear. Oh my. Oh okay. Yeah. So we might not have new internals for a while, especially since we found issues with deflection and how deflection works, and we had to limit it. We might not have more internals for a while.
It's actually fine.
Yeah.
Internals are fine right now.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, there's not much else.
UI update.
UI update. Yes, we have that planned. UI update. We have that planned. No timeline yet. We have netcode and the single player and lots of stuff on our plate. Right now, we're actually delayed compared when I talk about the the roadmap we used to have because of this new revamp. But as you can see, this wasn't in the roadmap. This visual update, so there's a lot of stuff, new stuff. We intend to try and at least get netcode out of the way next month, and then we'll start showing you new stuff. And we have more shoulder armaments on the way, and they will have new mechanics we didn't used to have on the back and shoulder weapons. So look forward to that.
So what's the most radical weapon rebalance you may be considering?
Most radical weapon rebalance, maybe E-Tac because we want to make the extend mode a charge mechanic similar to what do you call this? The Labris Gigantas. And the Schaefer, we want to make it a damage over time weapon. Yeah. But that would include status effects in the game. And to do that, we might add several more status effects. Right now we have like what? Flinch and parry. So Schaefer might apply like a damage over time effect that's delayed. Like you just got hit by a flame and then suddenly you have 3 seconds of 50 armor damage per second. So that's the kind of ideas we have for Schaefer. And that's it. Off the top of my head, that's it. Oh, and for everyone on public build, I might have lost track of you guys, but there are several changes we did. I think I described them last Wednesday Warzone, which is the Orthros Scatterguns having 2 ammo. There's a lot of stuff, so I suggest watching the old Wednesday Warzone as well if you're out of touch with how far previous gone from the public build. It's just that some functionality in our old build was lost in our transition to the new system, new graphics and everything. So that's why we haven't changed it for the public build.
How about making the music in any fight be random?
Music in any fight be random.
Including in the testing, it says here.
Oh, that's a nice suggestion. So we'll have it random by default. Okay.
Also, in-game music player.
In-game music player. There were ideas to put it into codecs, although I find that weird. I might make it. I might add it in the options or something.
What about implementing more music?
What about implementing more music?
When I feel like it.
How much more music? Okay, when our music guy feels like it.
Just so you know, I'm working on a different project right now, so...
Oh wait, they don't need to know. But anyway, we'll tell you when we get new music.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
We'll tell you. So anyway, well, but we have good music. We already have a variety. We have 12 tracks.
But more though.
More though. Okay, fine.
Customizable pilots when?
Customizable pilots when? No timelines, but I think we showed off that you could color it similar to how you could color mechs in Discord. It might have to coincide with our UI change. We'll update you about that, but it's definitely in the plan. It's definitely something we have planned.
Why is the bloom effect so egregious?
Why is the bloom effect so egregious? What's this? Oh, is that...
Guys, you can see it on the stream right now.
I don't get it.
I'm just showing him a screenshot of a white screen.
What is that? What is happening there?
It's a screenshot.
Wait, I don't know. I don't...
The bloom, I guess.
But my bloom level's high. I haven't seen that effect.
I don't know.
Okay, there's just a white screenshot. I don't know what's happening.
This plays really well on the screen.
Okay. We've been trying to reduce the bloom actually. We're trying to still balance it out, and we know there are several weapons on the preview build that are problematic, but we're working on it. Oh wait, I think I can show it off. Let's see.
Oh yeah, and while you're at it, who's the best waifu?
Who's the best waifu?
Ready,
Best dude.
go!
But we don't have a lot of those yet.
No?
We only showed off one at Discord, so
Okay,
it's
so
no
who's the
longer a
best
blob of light. It's no longer a blob of light. It used to be a blob of light. So yeah. So who's the best waifu? We only have like what? The public doesn't even know about Random, and then Crystal Star Queen isn't even official artist. It's like me.
So wait for the single player.
Yeah, just wait, guys. I did show off like a snippet of Random in the Discord channel. I'm not able to show it on air, but there's actually a lot more. I don't know. At this point, it's too early. I guess just wait for the single player to come out, and when all the characters get their own, you get to know about the characters more. At this point, it's too early. And a lot of things like Crystal Star Queen was actually a submission by Vol who won a tournament. It's not blue, it's not just white, it's blue. It's Mugen White Flash going mental. Where you were at initiation and not where you are. What?
I don't know.
Okay, so someone explained the white screen bug. It's when it's something to do with the camera position, basically.
Yeah, and Mugen Sakura.
And Mugen Sakura level 4. Sure. Although I don't know, I feel like the white flash is like, oh, there's a white flash and then it's over when it fades. Personally, that's the effect for me. But we will try to fix that bug, okay? So anyway, we'll try to fix that bug. Okay, I can hear Paolo's clone in the background. No, that's not me. We all sound the same.
Yeah, that's you because you're playing on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Yeah, I can. But I thought this mic was directional. Anyway,
Ready,
no,
go.
it isn't. Okay.
So how do you color pilots?
How do you color pilots? That's
yet.
not yet. I don't want to talk about it. That's why I said it might have to come with our UI change in the future. We're planning to overhaul the garage since there's a lot of new stats to keep track of. Probably more stuff, so you can just see stats and just not the current half stats, half mech. So there's gonna be more of that in the future. So just stay tuned for updates regarding that. Okay, what? What's
Sim is asking for back guts.
back guts?
Whatever.
Aren't those the asterisk?
Whatever.
Okay.
Contest.
Art contest.
Or Indigo Impact. Mega Melee. I don't know what these are.
Another Indigo Impact?
I don't know.
Hey, that's internal. Who's asking? Is that Balai?
Yes, bro.
Oh, okay. No.
How the fuck did you know about that?
Well, we posted the Indigo Impact videos. Okay.
Ready, go.
There might not be an Indigo Impact anytime soon because we're now playing publicly. So any dev who's playing publicly is like any dev who's playing the game is probably playing publicly as well. So we might as well just make it a public tournament of sorts. Mecha Melee, no plans just yet. We do intend to have one more in the future, but are you guys sure you just want AIs to fight for you again?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, sure. I mean,
We can bet on it.
like like a certain site. Okay, so my sound guy is saying like we can bet on AI mechs fighting. If enough people want it, I can run another Mecha Melee
Yeah, and you can win bragging rights.
and win bragging rights. Hey, I mean, Typhoon Oasis got in the game because of Mecha Melee, and
Ready,
someone using Typhoon
go.
Oasis really like gave me a hard time at CC, and now I'm like regretting all the buffs I did for swarm missiles and stuff and the Dragoon. Anyway, yeah. So after this, maybe we'll run Mecha Melee, but there will be an art contest next month. It'll give us
This one for sure.
yeah, for sure. Probably mid. I'm just clearing out stuff and then we'll discuss it. It'll probably be like the fashion contest
Ready,
where
go.
it'll be we'll weed out certain
out
entries.
people.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
weed
not
out
people.
people.
We'll weed out certain entries and then leave the rest for public consumption for voting. So stay tuned for more updates. That's all I can say about that.
Shoulder and back direction.
Directional what?
Or shoulder and back.
Directional attacks? I don't know.
Eventually.
If we get like a specialized melee weapon for the shoulder, because other than the, how else would you use a shoulder tackle? Right?
Ready, go.
How else would you use a shoulder tackle?
I have an idea.
Okay.
This is for Balanaro, right?
Yeah.
It's directional, right? So
What?
when you input that in directional, it just explodes immediately.
just fly straight and explodes in
No,
that direction.
not even fly straight, just explodes.
So you have to be perfectly still. You want it to do what it's currently doing now. Is that what you're saying?
just explodes inside.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
didn't win. You can't win if I kill myself first.
You cannot win. Oh no. Okay, so as you can see, the new camera, it's still experimental, but we're hoping.
weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Ready, go.
It's some getting used to, but we'll try to get it out there in a so that people can give us more feedback, and then we can find more stuff like the weird flopping on the ground because we were flying around so hard we were all sideways. Anyway, so yeah, any more questions beyond that?
Shields for back.
Shields for back. Funny you talk about that, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to say more. So
Shoulder omni thrusters.
shoulder omni
I
thrusters.
mean, you have one for side, you have one for back, one forward. It's
well-
not really omnidirectional. Well, you
Ready,
don't have a
go.
thruster for upwards.
So it'll be X thruster for sure.
I
Okay.
don't know.
X thruster
I don't know what
does.
these guys want to do.
I don't know. Well, I'll see. I'm still trying to think because when it's not that I don't want it, I'm trying to think what would the maneuver be? Would it just be another X thruster? Anyway, we might put an upward thruster that does purely this because X thruster has that conditional. If I have free space, I'll just go down. So there's that for the X thruster, and then the side thruster that's upward just goes up. So.
Oh,
Oh, look at that weird stuff.
what about an Archangel that's music theme and uses music to fight?
Do we have music theme? We should make.
Like an Archangel that's his gimmick is music or something.
Yeah, but we don't
This
have
is gimmick.
sound-based weapons. I feel like to do that gimmick. Okay. Someone asked, how about an Archangel that uses music to fight? That's his gimmick.
Ready,
Sounds
go.
cool, but I was asking if we had any sound weapons. Like it'll feel weird because we don't have any. Yeah. No, stop saying trademark words.
Lucio's not a trademark word. What? It's just a name.
You know that guy from Brazil. Okay.
Melee weapons with damage properties similar to the Emancipator.
Oh, that was weird. Huh? The Emancipator?
Yeah, melee weapons with damage properties. It's similar to Emancipator.
Ready,
What do you
go.
I don't know, maybe more stab.
More armor, less stab.
Or more stab and less damage.
Melee weapons with less. Actually, the E-Tac has been that for the longest time, but we decided to shift it. And I feel like melee doesn't benefit from not having stab. That's why I also made the current balance changes, where more or less the armor damage and the stab damage are at parity. We'll see in the future, but there are weapons like the Dominus actually deals less stab than the damage dealt, and I felt like that was wrong. It was odd that
Ready,
certain
go.
weapons like the Labris dealt the heavy damage and had so much stopping power, but the Dominus didn't stop enemies. E-Tac actually had that. It dealt slightly more armor damage for less stab, and it really won just by trading. So now I gave it a little more stopping power. For that kind of weapon, I'd make it a really fast weapon that just deals armor and then just allows you to scoot in and out. But as a whole, I don't think melee benefits from the entire armor and no stab damage gameplay, in my opinion. But we'll see in the future.
1080p win.
1080p when.
Ready,
Might as well fork it.
go.
Okay, let's see.
Let's start. Oh,
Yeah,
there's
we
1080p.
have 1080p. What
What the fuck are you talking about? What's this? What?
Let's do it.
Or Angel Dancing Game 1. I guess he's asking.
Archangel dancing
I
game.
guess he's asking for a rhythm remake.
There, I set it to 1080p. Did it ruin the stream? Let's double check.
Oh shit.
I changed the window size. It probably ruined the stream. Okay, hold on.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Keep it that way.
Nah.
Keep
Let's
it that way.
now let's go back. Okay.
So yeah, rhythm game, I guess.
Okay, rhythm game. When?
Dancing game, I don't know.
Really? You guys are okay with a rhythm game? Oh, that Beam Saber just cut through his knee.
With gotcha.
With gotcha? With how people reacted regarding gotcha? Okay.
What is that?
It's Beam Saber. It's Beam Sabering through his knee. I don't know about the dancing game. I'm sorry. I do like gotcha games though. Oh, don't tell anyone. I love gotcha games. Okay, but
Clarification.
stream ruined. Yes, keep it. Okay.
Will there be a weapon that has the armor damage that's 3 to 5 times higher than the stab?
In like armor damage 3 to 5 times higher than stab.
So a weapon that doesn't deal stab damage.
That's a melee weapon.
It's a melee weapon.
The drill technically does that. It deals double the stab damage
It
of
just
whatever.
hits way too much.
Yeah, it technically does that, but okay.
Okay. More taunt.
More taunt. In the future, we'll have more taunts. No timelines. Next question. It's been an hour, guys. Any pilot silhouettes and painfully bright mechs again? No hackers allowed.
Don't say that.
No hackers
Don't
allowed.
say that.
But he is though. That guy is a hacker. When can I make black? Because there was this guy on Discord. He was able to get this really dark black and really bright colors, and we had to like limit how bright and how dark you can set the colors as a result because of that hack basically. But anyway, yeah. Any more questions?
No. I think that's it.
Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, I can't get however good this game is. The visuals, the combat. Oh, thank you very much, guys. It's all thanks to you guys. Without you guys, we would probably have just... I don't know what would have happened. I'm imagining bad things. But thanks to the preview build, the game actually looks a lot better.
Without you guys would make a game that no one plays.
Yeah. That's pretty blunt. Thank you, anyway. So, yeah, I think that's it.
No, hacking weapon to disable enemy mechas 1.
Hacking weapon to disable enemy mechas 1. This is a game about mechs beating the snot out of each other. If you want to hack them, play a different game. Nah, I'm kidding. There are some ideas I have in my head, like ranged weapons that induce the stun state, the parry state. But right now it's a matter of slow projectiles. No one gets hit in this game, and isn't that unfair? You're giving range parry, so it's kind of still there. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, still maybe not, but yeah, there's ideas like that in my head. Is Random gonna be changed? No, Random is unrelated to you guys.
Seriously, Thomas is just talking with us right now.
Yeah,
He's just messaging us.
let's just ignore him. Let's ignore Tom. Let's ignore that guy. So anyways, I think that's it. Yeah, thank you everyone. Wow, what Wednesday Warzone. I talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of real changes to the game. And as you can see, even though the public build isn't being updated, we're still hard at work. Even though it seems like the month has passed and we haven't done anything. I suggest you check out the preview build once in a while just to see how the game has changed. It may be buggy, it may not have the features, the complete features of the old build, and may have changes you may not appreciate.
But it's shinier now.
But it's shinier. Looks prettier. Looks prettier. It has a lot of new stuff. And sadly, I have to admit, I don't have a solid timeline for when we'll update the public update just yet, because we're still working on the netcode. And once the netcode's out of the way, if it's in a presentable state, multiplayer is in a presentable state, I promise we'll update public to whatever our preview build is. So with that being said, that was Wednesday Warzone. This was Paulor and our sound guy, Nico Nation.
You can just call me Matrix. You already said it.
I did.
Yeah, you did last time. Asshole.
No! Oh wait, shoot! I now revealed both your names. Anyway, that was our sound guy, and this is Paulor from the GA team. Thanks a lot, guys. Really, thank you for supporting the game. And that was Wednesday Warzone. See y'all. Sara. Bye bye.